What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pleeka Talks TV. I'm Jerome.
No, I'm Nick.
Today we're talking about The Flash, Season 5, Episode 1, Nora. So Flash is back. What are your first thoughts on this episode?
I'm glad it's back. It's.
I'm glad, too. It's weird because, like, from the trailers and stuff, like, I didn't feel too excited, and then watching this episode, I was like, oh, I'm so glad this show's back.
I was gonna watch, like, either the very first episode this morning or, like, last season.
I thought about watching the last episode of last season's before.
Just to, like, kind of get in the mood, but then today was busier than I thought, so
yeah.
like, I didn't get a chance to, but no, I was pretty excited for this episode. It's The Flash is different for me. It's just entertaining. It's not Westworld. It's not like The Wire. It's an entertaining hour every Tuesday that I like.
Mm-hmm. It's weird because, like, I wonder if they're gonna skip time or how this is gonna go into, like, when they do crossover stuff, or if it'll even matter. Because, like, for Arrow, it's gonna be 6 months in the future, and he's, in prison and all that. But this is literally moments after last season. So I wonder if they're gonna time jump it all throughout this. I was wondering that in the episode.
But isn't the crossover not supposed to take place, like, at the same time for Flash and Arrow?
It could be, they kind of, the way they did it, because it's called Elseworlds, it might not matter.
Yeah.
This might be where all the shows kind of divide. But right off the bat, I thought it was cool that they did mention Supergirl, which I thought was cool. I really liked Nora. I was wondering how much I'd like her, like, if it'd be weird her being in the show, but I really, really enjoyed her. I think the actress is really good.
Yeah, I liked her.
I like that she's like she's like the audience member to all them. She's like, oh, this is where Flash did this, and this, and they're like, we did? And like, you used this when King Shark fought Gorilla Grodd, and they're like, wait, spoilers, which is, by the way, actually happening this season, which will be amazing.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
But I really liked all that. But she mentioned Supergirl. They mentioned the Legends and all that. She actually mentions Ryan Choi, who's the Agent Adam. Apparently, he made Flash's new suit. Yeah. So, which means potentially we should eventually see him on one of these shows, which would be cool.
Because when that came up, we were like, did she say Brian made the suit?
Yeah, we rewinded it because I was like, wait, what? And then I heard that. I was like, oh, that's really cool. She mentioned that. And then when she's at Jitters with Iris, she mentions the name Lightning Lad, which is a part of the Legion of Superheroes. He's like another Flash on there. So he's like in the future, which is cool that, like, she would know that.
Yeah.
I also really liked that they had her do the voiceover in the beginning and the end, because now it's almost like she's the star in a way.
Sort of.
Like doing her thing. They did with her what I wanted them to do in Flashpoint, have, like, Wally do the voiceover, but they didn't. But I thought that was really cool that they did that.
Wally was pretty good in this episode.
They actually used him.
Yeah.
They learned from putting him over in Legends and all that. Like, I really liked him.
Like, he wasn't like a big part, but he was the little parts he did, he helped, and he wasn't. You know,
like,
he wasn't pouting over in the corner.
They sent him over to Legends to do something, and he actually helped the plot, and, like, doing the little things. They actually used him pretty well.
Because usually he's in the corner, like, with his arms folded.
Yeah, you could like, Wally, you can't do this, but whole team, let's go this way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was glad with him. I really, really liked Ralph. Just now learning about the multiverse and time travel and all that.
Ralph may have been the highlight to the whole episode for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wrote down just so I didn't forget when they asked him about what did you think, like, where did you think Harry was from when we said Earth 2? He's like, I thought he was on Earth also. Yeah. And then also later on they go to, like, a crime scene, and Caitlin's like, how's your investigation going? And he's like, not so great. If Eddie wanted to stop Thawne from being born, why didn't he just get a vasectomy? And I was like, oh my God, that is amazing.
Yeah. It's cool that he's actually poking fun at Flash.
And it's funny that the writers can do that too. Like, oh yeah, we could have solved it, but then with the actors on different stuff now, so we can't just, like. Yeah. I thought that was really clever that they did that.
Clever and funny.
Yeah.
I love Ralph. I hope he's in it more, because he wasn't in it a lot this episode, but.
Even if he's just in it this little much in the episodes, and then they kind of maybe some bigger to sprinkle him in, I'll like that. And the last thing I wrote down that I didn't want to forget is that Caitlin's dad is still alive. I completely forgot about that plot point from last season.
I didn't, but only because this morning I was like, what happened at the land? You know what I mean?
Actually, you thought about it?
Yeah, I tried to think of it.
Are you interested in her, like, backstory, like why she's a metahuman beforehand and all that?
A little bit.
I feel like the main, because they said they're changing the structure of the show, so it's not one plot point, all 20, only 22 episodes this season, the whole time. So I feel like it'll be half the story is Nora and Barry teaching, like him training her. Mm-hmm. Another part will be Caitlin's backstory, and then the third will be the main villain, Cicada. or cicada, however you want to say it.
And then the fourth is Iris being jealous and mad that...
Yeah, they always got to make one of the Wests or an Alan jealous and mad of something.
She's gonna be jealous that he's hanging around with the daughter more than...
Yeah, and then I think you asked me that you...
And not jealous for Barry, but jealous for Nora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You asked me this, you're like, how long until everybody else finds out that Barry disappears? 'Cause, I mean, they all know that from the newspaper, but, like, he doesn't know his daughter. And I think next episode, episode 3, they'll all know. They don't keep secrets too long.
No, they're not good at that.
So I think in a couple episodes they'll know that. The secret. What did you think about the little cicada tease we got at the end? We got to see Oz from American Pie. I'm pretty excited that he's the villain.
That'll be interesting.
I like his little lightning boomerang that he's got.
Every time I picture him singing in American Pie. So like, hopefully there's none of that.
I think he'll be a cool villain. I've only seen him in a couple things. Like he's in Wilfred, American Pie stuff. Like,
I haven't seen Wilfred.
I'm pretty interested in how he's gonna be on here because I haven't seen him be like villainous.
He reminded me of like an evil Robin.
Oh, I can see that because he kind of had a little hood on, like a little mask and all that.
And he had the little like thingy.
There was actually supposed to be, but they cut it for time. There's supposed to be a tease of him watching the finale of last season, like on a TV, like him watching them take down DeVoe and all that, and him like getting mad. That's actually in like the first trailer, I believe.
Oh, really?
But they cut it for time last year. It was supposed to be like a post-credit scene.
Oh.
So like when that was in the trailer, I was like, oh, that's just the scene. I guess they're just throwing that there. I thought that was going to be the tease at the end of this.
I like the tease. I kind of wanted a little more, but I guess that's what a tease is supposed to do.
Yeah. I'm glad like they'll be slowly putting us through that.
Hopefully not too slow, but yeah.
Yeah. I really liked too. They took exactly from the comics, like straight from it. The 3 speedsters help like saving the bus and like
do the plane.
I can't remember what the word's called now. Not vibing, but
phasing
it through the buildings and all that, and they like smashes down on the water. That was pretty cool.
My thought was
and then we got that flashback from season 1 of hearing Thawne train Barry, and now Barry's training.
That was almost a little creepy.
Yeah, it was cool though. Like
it was cool. It was cool but it was a little creepy because you know that's coming from a bad guy.
Yeah.
So then he's training it. I thought it reminded me of was Supergirl. The first episode of Supergirl.
Oh, because Superman and Supergirl, the first things they usually always have a plane, yeah.
Yeah, but she saves the plane that her sister's on. And I was like, oh, so Supergirl just picks it up and Flash vibes it through.
They need
buildings.
3 people to save it on there.
Save it. And then I liked how, like, it went through a couple buildings and then through a bridge.
A little bit of the bridge, yeah.
And then, so you're assuming that's the river because there's a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
But then the plane lands on the river, and you're like, oh, it didn't go to the other side. That's cool. It didn't seem very realistic. But, I mean,
yeah,
then
but
again...
it is
but
also
then again,
speedsters making it go through a building.
Right. So that's what you gotta... Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't... I'm not one of those people that do that.
Yeah, try to break it down completely.
Yeah, but I was like, well, wouldn't it crash? Who cares?
One person we were missing this episode, and I'm hoping we get pretty soon. It doesn't look like we'll get him next episode, but I'm hoping by episode 3...
That flashback doesn't count?
We'll get a... Yeah, it doesn't count.
Mm.
That is their way of throwing him in there, though.
Yeah.
We need a new Harry. I think he's supposed to be playing 2 different Harrys this season. I mean, he kind of normally does.
I was going to say, like, how's that different?
I'm assuming one will be in the crossover, because that's what they usually like to do, and then the other one will be a normal Harry that they get. I think this
Are they going to just put on, like, Craigslist or something?
Probably. You never know. I mean, they basically did that when they got the last one. Or got, what was it, HR?
They should get one of the ones from last. Which one would they want?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be a new one. I think they said it's supposed to be a mix between like Harry and HR. I believe that's what they said.
What would they call him?
Her. I don't know. Probably just stick with Harry. Maybe go back to Harrison. I don't know.
They should get that Matthew McConaughey one.
Oh, I would love that. That'd be awesome.
Until like the second episode, then you'd be like, "Oh my god, can't take it."
By the 15th time, he's like, "All right, all right, all right." You're like, "Okay, enough." Any other things you want to say about the episode?
Like this costume.
Oh yeah, we should mention that. That's a good point. From the pictures, I was a little worried about the costume because it looked weird without the chin strap and all that. It just made him look real tiny. But seeing it in the show, I thought it was really good and I liked it. I'm looking forward to seeing it more.
I'm not in it as much as you. I know that it was leaked, and I know he got pissed.
And fuck whoever leaked that.
He was real pissed that it got leaked.
But then I didn't even recognize the older ones like that much.
Because you just don't pay attention.
Yeah,
as much.
it's just not a thing that I'm into.
That was cool too. They went back to season 1, and then I believe going through the different outfits. That was pretty neat.
So when he puts it on, I was like, "Well, that's cool." I thought he kind of looked like a human pop figure, but
kinda.
That's
the one thing I love about every time they give him a new suit. I'm like, oh, cool, new pop figure.
Well, the thing is too is with something new like that, it's like you're like, well, that's weird, that's different, and then like second episode in, you're used to it, and then
that's true. You don't really it doesn't matter anymore after that. I do want to mention we are going to be doing these videos different. Like this is the only show that we'll do separately.
Sorry.
This Friday we're going to be doing a video on Titans and Black Lightning, and we'll be doing it same name, Pleeka Talks TV. And then the following Friday, it'll be Arrow, Flash, Black Lightning, and Titans all together in a video podcast form. So it'll be probably, I'd assume, 45 minutes to an hour long. And I'll have it all time-stamped in the description. If you don't watch a show, you can skip it and whatnot. But so we don't have to do 7 videos in a week. We'll just do them all in one podcast. And if people like that, we'll continue doing it. If not, then I guess we'll probably go back to the normal way if people want to do individual videos and whatnot. But we thought that'd be a better way for us to do the shows and gives us time to look up stuff about it and whatnot too.
Yeah, and we still kind of want to do Flash just because it's probably our favorite shows together.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so that's it. I really, really enjoyed this episode. I'm looking forward to the season. Looks like next time is going to be him getting ready to train his daughter more, which will be really cool. Yeah. I like that they named her Nora after his mom. I saw that there's a theory that through some events they're going to do this season, because in the comics he has twin kids. Something will happen to where all of a sudden now he'll have twins, and people also think through those events it'll cause a different Reverse Flash to come out, him looking different. Because remember last year's crossover, he's like, "Oh, I have a different face."
Yeah.
So there's a theory that something they do this year will create a new Reverse Flash and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's almost time. I think after you have 2 seasons with no speedster,
then you need the OG one back. I feel like
the
Reverse Flash, but make him different. That'd be cool. But yeah, that's it for the show. Comment down below what you thought about first episode of season 5 of The Flash, and we'll see you guys Friday for Black Lightning and Titans.